Hey, welcome back. We are extremely thrilled to present you another video on Aquahot. This is sort of by necessity. We actually have a brand new Aquahot. It's a 250D 2 series. However, we seem to have another problem with our control thermostat. However, Aquahot has generously sent us a new thermostat with a brand new part number, which we'll reveal in the description and also as part of this video, to replace the thermostat that's in here. From our last experience, we have the tools that we need. We have a 7/8 deep socket with extension. We have our ratchet, 2 clamps. We have some various tubing, and we have a spare container for holding the coolant as it comes out. We also have another container over here to attach some more if we need to. But hopefully you do have more fluid if need be to put in here. See, here's the Aquahot. Pretty much fit in the same place as the old one. I've already loosened the knobs here and there. So put it up here. It comes out. We turn the system off. And as you see, it's actually a little more spacious in here than the 251 series. This is the main unit here. Here's our little valve here. And our control thermostat is way back here where we're there. We're going to drain the fluid through this little port here and put it back in the same port. In order to do that, we have a fitting here. We're just going to put this on right here. Get it started. And so that's in there, did a little snug turn. We're going to put our tubing on here. Actually, this is what we want. We want to be able to take this off, drain it into our spare tubing container. Before we drain, we're going to make sure we clamp our lines. And we're going to first clamp the main here. Okay, that's one clamped, and we're going to clamp the back the same way. Okay, so that is clamped, and now we're going to drain the fluid for about a gallon's worth into this container. And now we're going to drain it. As you notice, the reservoir is going down here. As soon as we get pretty much a fluid in here, it'll be below the level of the control thermostat. Okay, we're getting near close to the top here. All right. Now we're just going to drain what's left here. We don't want to, this stuff is expensive right now. It's at $50 a gallon. I think the price of fuel is expensive. Aquahot fluid is even more expensive. So there's the fluid out of the way. We're going to remove this tube. The fun stuff we do for aquahotting, huh? All right, well, now what we're going to do is we're going to look at our sensor here. Here's our new sensor. This is a brand new model, supposedly new and improved from a new company that Aquahot says makes a better sensor. All right, now we need to disconnect the current sensor, and there's only 2 wires here. All right, got one out. Won't matter so much on this side. Now, technically, we just cut it, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to try to take it off the right way, but, and there's the other one. Now, what you're going to do right now is we're actually going to cut the line coming out to make it easier to get the darn thing out. Then it won't be so much of a problem, but. All right, this is one right here. one of the ends we just cut off. And so here are 2 leads right here. I'm going to cut the other one off. And try not to cut anything else off while we're at it. There we go. All right. So the sensor wires are cut, and now we're going to get our wires here. We're going to make some of these wires out of the way. And now we want to get our wire in here just like this. There. It's like deja vu here, you know? All right. Now. Sometimes easier said than done, right? Okay, understand up just a bit. There it goes. Now the trick here, of course, is to get this out. And as you're taking it out, we want to make sure that no fluid is coming out. All right. So here is the aforementioned sensor. Now it's interesting to note there's a lot of crud on here. You compare the new to the old. Side-by-side comparison. But now I get inside and try to clean off the threads here. It looks to me like they used, I don't know, like they used pipe dope, which is not really what you're supposed to use with these things. Still need it. Oh, got it. Before we put the other one in. And here's some more pipe dope or whatever was in there. And now it's time to put some new pipe dope on here on the new part. Now we're putting the type in this way, so we want to make sure the threads are running in the, but these are running in the opposite direction. Make sure we have nothing loose in here. Well, we shouldn't do it that way. I can see why they want it to go the other way. So there's no more tightening it, so pushing against it. So let's try that out that way. All right. Now we got this thing in here and we are ready to reassemble. I just want to make sure we have no loose threads with this. Now, the interesting part of this is A, we have to make sure it's reversed, but B, we have to make sure that we put the wires here, pack them in as tightly as possible. Right now we're just trying to get this in here. We don't want to break any wires, but we want to get them in there. So there we go. So just want to get this in here. And we'll start the threading process very slowly. I want to cross thread this. All right, and it started good. Put our wrench on here. And we'll just do not really have a torch setting in mind here. We're just going to tighten it till it's snug. Just like last time. Okay. There we go. The Aquahot sensor is now installed, and now we're going to hook up the wires. Now, I know they exactly have the most nimble fingers here, but as you can see here, that's one. All right. Now before we can fire this back up again, we gotta fill the fluid again. So it's mainly a reverse of where we had before. We have our little thread here. I'm gonna put this back in here. That's nice and snug. Now, we're going to do the reverse of what we did before, but basically the same process. We want to make sure that we bleed the air out of the line here, so we don't unnecessarily put air or any other contaminants for that matter. So I'm going to pump here. You can already see the fluid starting to go up. Get this air out of here. All right, fluid's up all the way. We're ready to fill this up again. Open the valve and start pumping. And we won't stop until we reach the total level there. After which then we can then remove the piping here and taking off the clamps. I'm trying to avoid putting any air as possible inside here, but no, we won't be close to doing that here until we reach the bottom here. I feel the fluid coming in right now, see? Coming in at the bottom there. All right, we are at the point of fillage here. Now we should then be able to disconnect this and get this off and be able to take the fluid in here and put it back in here. So that is that. We'll take our extra fitting off here. Now the moment we've all been waiting for, of course, is to put the system back on. And let's see if we hear that wonderful, wonderful sound that we want to hear, which is a sound of ignition. What I'm looking for here is the all important, see the light in here? This light here this D1 light was off before. That means we should be doing the demo. So as soon as we hold the button here, it should fire up the ignition, and the Aquahot should come online now. All right. Last but not least, remove the clamps. And we'll put our lid back on. And now success. So that's how you do it the second time around. Or was it the third? I lose track of these things. We thank you for watching this video. We hope you got something out of it. And remember, we're not professionals. We make mistakes just like everybody. But bottom line is we accomplished what we set out to do today. And just always remember to open the doors to adventure and start all your journeys with the RVTs. Have a great day.